Hi everyone, Stacy from Dies to Die For. Welcome to another card making Tuesday. Today we're going to make another Halloween themed card. We're going to use our stitched rectangle. These are the loose stitched rectangles. We're going to use our cauldron die, but just this little drip on the cauldron. If you don't have the cauldron die, then go get it. No, just kidding. You can take the blood drips that we're going to use and cut a little piece off of that. We're going to use the blood drips and spooky word. And then our trick or treat word, of course. And I only have one footprint here, but our bloody feet and splats. Set those aside. Okay, everything in this kit is going to be, or this card is going to be cut out in white, except for the trick or treat. That's cut out in black. Everything else is in white. So here's my card base. I had cut it in white, and then I took some of the Game Over and the Bee Sting Simon Hurley inks and inked around the edges. I like both of these colors, but they're not the right red for me. So I found that if I layer them, then I really like the color. Okay, then I took another, this is a A2 size card, by the way. I took another piece of white that I cut, I think this is ½ an inch shorter than my card base. So no, it's got to be 1/4. So it will be cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Cut that out in white. Then I took my Simon Hurley Gur ink and inked around the edges here. I wanted to leave the center here more white, but then I inked darker brown here. Then the fun thing about this card is I took my little feet print and I taped them down and I cut them right out of this base part. Usually when I tape pieces down, this is my duck masking tape. I use this sometimes, but if I'm using the duct tape, it will take some of the paper off. So I always make sure that if I have fuzzy pants on or something, or on my carpet, I put it face down on my carpet to get some of the fuzzies on there so it's not so sticky. It's a little tip that I use. Otherwise, I use my painter's tape, the delicate purple tape, to tape stuff down. Sometimes the delicate even, I will get the fuzziness on it or get it a little dirty. Okay, anyway, I cut 4 feet print in there, and then I put pop tape on the back of it. We're gonna, usually I think before I put that down, and I don't know if I did this on the original, but for me, distressing the edges and Halloween goes together. So let's just distress the edges. And this is gonna be a little tricky because I already took the backing off my tape. Actually, I could also you can hear it sticking to my fingers. That's funny. Okay, distress those edges a little, then maybe take some of my, let's go with the Game Over ink, and just lightly do the edges. All right. Now that that's over, we're going to take this and hear it right down in maybe 1/4 inch wasn't a big enough reveal. Maybe you want to do ½ an inch because you can barely, I think that must have been what I did on this, a ½ an inch, and then I thought that this one needed to be 1/4. It needed to be a little bit bigger. All right. Then I'm going to show you on my original card. You can leave it like this, but I like the detail on the feet print. So I took my feet print and I put some of the 2 reds on it. And I'm going to glue them inside. Make sure that you get glue underneath where the toes are so it holds those little toes down. Okay. And go back, and when you're putting these in, make sure that you put the little toes underneath, otherwise they're going to get stuck in those little pieces. And take some kind of tool and just push it down. There you go. Either way on this looks, oh, see, I didn't take my own advice. I didn't push those toes in there first. It's okay, they didn't get stuck. The first time I did that, they really got stuck. There. All right. Then I took a stitched rectangle. I don't remember what size this is. Let's see. The 4th size in. And I cut that out and inked it with the brown again. Attached my trick or treat, smell my feet word that I had cut out in black. And then took a strip of the blood drips and put it across the top. Then I did not put my tape on this, so let me add some quick. Okay. And this you can actually, am I going to distress the edges on this? I should have thought about that before I took the backing off again. I always think about it after the fact. But we're going to distress the edges to match the base. Take some more of our ink. Just go around it quick. You're hearing those noises in the background. I do have a child who's homesick today. He's down there making himself lunch, I guess. Okay, and we're going to put this right about there. Looks good. All right. Now I have another strip of the blood drips. I'm going to put across the top. These blood drips are fun. They could also be like making a birthday card like icing on a cake. I've seen people use them as icicles also. So there's a few different uses. Layer that right over the top of that last footprint. And this is where we're going to use that little drip from the cauldron. Just because I thought it added a little something to the bottom of my card here. I like it. And I have a bunch of the splat marks that I have all inked and ready. I'm just going to throw those on different places until it just looks like a splattered mess. Maybe one right there. I don't want to do one on the corner. I think this area needs one right there. And I'm putting some on top of this piece and some behind it. I need a big one down here too, I think. Right over the top of that word. Let's put a couple more small ones, different places. There are 2 different splat sizes in the... What do you think? I think we need one up here. Something's plain up there. Plain about it. Let's put it right there. All right. What do you think? Do we need any more? I have a lot of these splats ready. I could use some more. What if we put a small one right there? This side, no. That side looks plain now. That side needs one. Put that one right there. There we go. There is our trick or treat card. Let's move on to the Slimline version. I've already glued my feet down in my backgrounds. Now this one, I was not sure if I wanted to make the same, just the same little square. Sorry, not square, rectangle. Or if I wanted to split it up a little bit and do like trick or treat. Smell my feet. I don't think it really works that way because it covers too much of the foot. Those are the parts I really like. Smell my feet, or let's see. I've got two of these. Can we do something like that? That's why my words are not glued down, because I really was not sure what I wanted to do. Let's add some of this up here. What do you think? I'm going to try this one again. Go back to this. A little bit. Maybe put that on an angle. It would help if I had the words in the right order, right? Wasn't paying attention. I just threw them down just to see. Okay, so if we do that and that, like on angles, does that look okay? I think I like that one the best. Okay, that's what we're going with. I'm so glad you guys are here to help me decide on this stuff. I'd be lost all on my own. Let's get our words glued down. There we go. Now, I did not distress the edges of the base itself, so should we distress the edges of these pieces? Let me cut this and decide. Okay, decision made. It needs some distressing. Just a little though. Okay, where did I put my game over? There it is. Even, I really can't go back and distress the edges of this because I've already laid it down, but I could go add a little bit of ink if you want. A little bit of the red. Add a little character to it. All right, let's get the trick or treat part down. Straighten my T. Put that maybe, yeah, centered a little more, maybe down a little further than center because we're going to put our blood drips on the top. snip that off. Sorry, I'm working off camera again. At least I think I remembered all of my things that I needed for my card today. Maybe. We're not done yet. I mean, I could still find something that I forgot. Maybe I shouldn't speak so soon. Stress these edges. Grab my ink. Just make a mess. Okay. Now, how did we decide on this? We decided to put them on an angle, correct? And my foam tape. I do need to pop these up. Or you don't have to if you don't want. I prefer to pop everything up, so that is what I'm gonna do. And for me, the foam tape doesn't have to be exact, just enough to hold it up. And like, I know some of you measure the exact, that's not for me. You already know I don't measure. All right, let's get the backing off these. They're sticking to my nails as I'm trying to pull them off. Let's pull it down a little bit so I can put those blood drips across the top. This is a fun card. How many of you send out Halloween cards? I do know some of you do because you email me pictures of your gorgeous cards. And I do love to see everyone's cards. I love to see what you do with our dies. All right. Let's add these blood drips to the top. You can actually pop these up if you wanted to also. I'm not going to because then I would have to cut all kinds of foam squares down because that's a little space. And I don't want to take that time. Okay. Perfect. And you can either leave this strip on top or you could push it underneath. Now let's add some more of our little dots and drips, splatters, whatever you want to call them. Just randomly start adding them. I find that I do better if I just like don't really think about it and I just start putting glue on the back of things and adding. When I don't take the time to actually critique, and that's what I have to do with jewels. Who else here has a hard time adding jewels to things? I see some people's cards and they seem like they're like the perfect placement and I just can't figure that out. They always look funny to me when I add. Let's add this guy right there. I think that that's about enough. What do you think? And I do only have 3 left, but I think that'll make it too busy. I think we're going to go with that. I will put these 3 in some... I'm going to have to do a giveaway bin of dies. Whenever I make cards, I always have tons of pieces left over. And they just sit in a drawer. Maybe I should start giving baggies of them away. Maybe we will do that. I'll have to go through my drawers. Because right now I have like 3. Let me see if I can pull one out for you. No, I'm not going to show you that messy bin, but there's like 3 drawers full of just like, here, this is full of extras. Yeah, I'm going to have to give some of those away. All right. Thank you for watching. If you liked our video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And all of the dies and inks can be found on our website at shopscrapbook101.com. Have a great day.